All right, it's getting later in the week, so we'll see how difficult the LinkedIn games are today, starting with the mini Sudoku. All right, well, we've got to have a 2, 1, and 6 in this top. So there's a bunch of 2s in the grid already. 2, 1, and 6 across the top. These can't be 6s, so this has to be the 6. 1 and 2 over there. This needs to be a 1 and a 5, and the 1 will have to be in the middle there. 1, 5. We need 3 and 4 over here, which go in that order. And so then let's look at this column. We need 3 and 6, which go that way. We need 4 and 5 in the box, which have to go like that. So then we're left with stuff we don't know yet. Okay, 2 and 5 across here have to be in that order. 1 and 6. There we go. And so now the 6 has to be here, which leaves 5 for the column. Let's see. What about, we still don't know up here. What about these? 1 and 6. Yep, 1 and 6 that way, which puts the 1 and the 2 there. 4 and 5 down here will have to be in that order. The 2 and 3 will be in that order, and that leaves a 4 for the row and a 3 for the row. There we go. Very nice. Moving on to zip. Well, I mean, the first little bit is forced, and then we've got to come through to the 6. Now, the trick here is we've got to get all the stuff around the outside edge. Oh, how are we gonna do that? If you go to the 8 to the 9, you can't go. But if I go all the way around, oh, wait. If I come around the bottom, I got it. You got to hit the 7 and then come around the bottom. There it is. Okay. Yeah. I feel like if you just drew it around, oh, I was slower than the average. Okay. I feel like if you just drew it and didn't worry about backtracking, you'd figure it out pretty easily, but it wasn't coming to me at first. Oh, we got a whole bunch given to us. All right. Well, the double sun gives us a moon, and then we got a double and a double, and we need a moon for the row, and that gives us another double, and then we've got a bunch of equal stuff. Oop, let's click the right button. We got to separate the suns, so we need a sun for the row, or yeah. Then need a moon because of the double. We've got all of the suns for this row, and we've got the X there that I was ignoring. We need a sun for the row, sun for the column, and then we're going to do, what are we going to do next? Well, the sun's on the out. Okay, the top and the bottom. If the suns are on the outside, you can't put a sun next to either one of them. And same thing down here with the moons. And then we'll finish up with what's left in the rows. Very nice. Okay. Queens. Okay. So, well, we've got 3 things that are all in the first 3 columns, so we can rule that out. We can also rule out stuff in the big region, but the big region has to be in this row across the middle here. So, which means this one has to be this domino here, because the bottom row's got to be that one, and so then that rules out that, which means the second row has to be there. Get rid of all of that, get rid of all these, so you get that domino, which gives you a crown there and a crown there. Rules out those 2 and that one. So you've got these 3, which gives you a crown up here. Let's see, well, we've got these 2 are both in those 2 columns. We're going to get down to just this. This domino here rules out those, gives you a crown there. That's gone. This is gone. These are gone. So it's one of these 3, one of these 2, one of these 2. Oh, right here rules out that. So you get a domino here. And then the big region has to be in this middle row, but it can't be in any of those. It's one of these 4. These two right here that are, I think, yellow maybe, both rule out that one. So we get a crown there. It's these 2, one of these 3, which is going to rule out that. So crown, crown, crown. Gets rid of those, crown, crown. There we go. All right. Pretty interesting one, how we had to kind of figure out the middle part. Oh, wow. The average was really slow today on that. All right. Pinpoint, fish. Gold things. Fish, drum, sticks. There we go. Very nice. cross climb. The Beatles were a famous one. Band. When all is said and done, stuff that moves in an hourglass is sand. Large sheet attached to a boat's mast is a sail. An explosion sound is a... Oh, okay. Well, let's arrange these. Band, sand, sail. So it's got to be explosion sound is a bang. Bang. Yeah. Okay, up at the top there, and then the top and bottom are compound word for a loose bit of skin near a fingertip. A hangnail. There we go. Okay, very nice. All right, well, I was faster than the average on everything but the zip today, which is kind of interesting. But let me know how your solve of these puzzles went, and of course, be sure to subscribe for more.